Hi, thank you for joining us. This is CGTN. We're at Guangzhou Chimelong Safari Park. Today is a big day. It's the 4th birthday for the world's only triplets, panda triplets. They are not here yet, but you will be seeing there in a minute. This is a big day not only for the pandas, but also we're here joined by actually 100 human triplets. You will be seeing them, what we have ready is a birthday cake for the pandas. And this is the beginning of their birthday celebration. This is the 4th one again for world's first panda triplets that is born and raised here in Guangzhou, the Chimelong Safari Park. The 3 pandas, let's do a little bit of introduction first. Their names are Meng Meng, Shuai Shuai, Ku Ku. Respectively, Meng Meng is the girl, the big sister, who is born 2 hours before her 2 brothers, Shuai Shuai and Ku Ku. Well, we've asked a few people who have been raising them before the ceremony, and they say, even for us, of course, it would be pretty hard to tell the pandas apart just by looking at them. But they, of course, have the chicks, and if we will be able to see the pandas close up a little bit in a little while. And here's a few tricks. Meng Meng, as the big sister, is perhaps a little bit slender, and Shuai Shuai is, as its Chinese name suggests, is the handsome one. But let's cut into how the human triplets welcome the pandas. Okay, they're calling out their names. Oh, well. So the pandas will be coming out soon from our labs. This is a air-conditioned room to monitor where they live in Sichuan, the local habitat. Wow, here they are. Wow, which one is this? Again, the 4 pandas, they're 4 years old today. They are the world's only and of course first panda triplets. Okay, this one went directly to the cake. The triplets, 1 girl and 2 boys, have been celebrating their birthday to great fanfare every year for the past 4 years. This one is no exception. And now we're eating the birthday cake that is made up of their food, apples, carrots, and grapes. Of course, that's fabulous. And now let's join in for a big chorus of happy birthday song. Already gone to prepared cake. Okay, all the other brothers, 3 ready into actually breakfast. Oh, still, I cannot tell which one is which, but we were told before that you can tell the 3 brothers and sisters apart by their behaviors. Meng Meng, the big one, usually quiet, polite, and Shuai Shuai, supposedly the best-looking one, is the biggest one. It's active, it likes to eat, it's not a picky either. And then the smallest one, Ku Ku, well, it's the naughtiest of the 3. And of the other two for food, for fun, or just for the sake of it. Oh, here it goes again. And we're told before that the three triplets can also be told apart by their voices or screams, actually. Meng Meng, the bigger one, doesn't usually speak up. And Hu Hu and Shuai Shuai, wow. Usually screams a lot and squeaks, actually. And if you be listening, dragging over their birthday cakes up there at the platform. Animals, but the three, they're the only triplets in the world. They live together, and in this Chimelong Park there are around 10 pandas living in this special pavilion.
Hello， 大家好，我是牧师请剧，儿童品牌营销部的总监刘燕芝，这次很高兴呢，能够跟长龙一起。
And for the fourth birthday celebration for the world's only panda triplets, they are joined by a handful of human triplets you will be seeing, and many of them are this time to be joining so many others. Let's go back a little to see why it's so rare, how rare it is to have panda triplets. What we know already is that, of course, pandas are famously slowly reproductive. They ovulate once a year and only for 3 days in this 1 year, and female pandas are very, very picky about their partners, the people, the pandas they want to mate with, and they are very selective. So it's famously hard to get pandas pregnant, and pandas are known in the wild to often, or half the time reportedly, to give birth to twins, but usually only one of the twins will also because of the lack of resources and motherly attention. So it's very, very rare for pandas, to the endangered species, now vulnerable species, to have triplets. But also at the same time, it's very hard for humans to have triplets. We've been reading that it's 1 in 700,000 chances. It's that kind of slim chances to have human triplets.
好，那刚刚我们蛋糕已经但是刚刚大家呢这个口味的方式不对哈，我们接下来
And if you can see if our camera is heading to the right, you will be seeing many custodians of the panda. They are feeding them apples on the extended branches. Just 3 pandas, they have a lot of custodians who doted on them. Many of them have stayed with the pandas for 4 years, and they are certainly bonding. The custodians told us they can tell whether they are happy through their voices, through their screams, and they can tell from afar which one is which is quite impossible for us. And now at the 4, we'll be seeing the world's first and only panda triplets at the platform. Meng Meng, Shuai Shuai, and Hu Hu. And if you're curious about their names, well, it all roughly translates to cute and handsome and cool. Of course, Meng Meng is the big sister. She is usually a quiet one, and if you can tell, she's not at all violent. She doesn't start fights, and I suppose she's the one that munching on apples. And then the larger one, which is now weighs 120 kilograms, is Shuai Shuai, who is a foodie, who likes to eat multiple times a day, of course. and fight over food. And then the smallest boy is Cuckoo, who is naughty and screams really loud if we get to hear them. People have come all over the country, at least, for this birthday celebration. 小朋友们，我们的三胞胎啊，我们的代表一起呢，给我们的熊猫三胞胎森萌宝宝送上你们的祝福。Every year, July the 29th is a big day for panda lovers around the world. They are Meng Meng, Shuai Shuai, Cuckoo, the three pandas, the world's only panda triplets. Their mother, Ju Xiao, still lives in the zoo, but they're not meeting each other as pandas usually live on their own, starting 1.5 years old. At 4 years old, the pandas are now closing adulthood, which means they will be ready to mate soon. I've been jostled to the back of the whole crowd. A lot of people are vying to see them, especially wow, I see one of the pandas standing up to grab a little bite of apples. They need a lot of food, vegetables mostly. We're told that pandas almost exclusively feed on vegetables, bamboos, apples, carrots, etc. And they eat many times a day because of quite ineffective digestive systems. They need a lot because their body needs it. When they're at full adulthood, a panda usually weighs 150 kilograms, and now the three are closing it. The smallest, the slender, big sister, Meng Meng, she weighs around 90 kilograms, and the biggest one, Shuai Shuai, who is also the middle one, is around 120 kilograms. And that's a huge change for 4 years. When they are born 4 years ago in the same park, they only weigh around 100 grams. It's a huge change. And now they've almost finished with their specially prepared vegetarian cakes and said hello to a handful triplets coming from all over the world, human triplets. They are saying they're so happy to meeting the pandas. Many of them are meeting them for the first time. And apparently they're calling out triplets rocks. Again, triplets rocks. Okay, I think I can tell which one is which right now. Of course, Momo should be the one staying on the platform. Okay, for food, more food. And the other two are scrambling over. Okay, let's enjoy a little moment of peaceful eating. That's how they munch on their favorite food, bamboo. And now it's the grand photo shot time. It's a birthday picture, of course, for the world's first and only panda triplets, Meng Meng, Shuai Shuai, and Ku Ku here in Guangzhou, Chimelong Park. And then you will be seeing many human triplets are here to celebrate the day. They say triplets rocks. They say triplets, whether in panda or in human, are miracles. Let's take this moment.
来问一下你们，萌不萌？
帅不帅？酷！
还是你们最萌帅酷的？
好，我们的小朋友都好棒啊，好会卖萌啊！然后摆一个造型好不好？我们摆一个你觉得最好的姿势。
And then today is the 4th birthday for world's first and only panda triplets. They've had their birthday cakes, they've had their birthday songs, and the celebration is going to go on for the entire day. As many have come around the world to give them well wishes. Okay, that brings us to the end of the celebration itself. And we have another story on where we will be interviewing the curators, their custodians, and that story will come later in the day where more cute panda footages will be available. Okay. So pandas have gone down. They will be needing naps. They will be eating some more in 1 or 2 hour rotations. We'll bring you more about the pandas that we know later. But right now, let's zoom in to how our cute panda Momo joyfully has breakfast of bamboos. We wish her and the other triplet twins healthy, happy lives all the way down. And I guess we'll be meeting you next year when the 5th birthday comes. Okay, and that brings us to the end of the beginning of the birthday celebration for the world's only panda triplets. Meng Meng, Shuai Shuai, and Ku Ku, they are turning 4 this day in Guangzhou's Chimelong Safari Park. We'll be meeting you next year, and we will be going out with how happy they are on their birthday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sun Ye in Guangzhou.
时光。